Batman Knightfall Part 1, the brand new DC animated film, which is probably the final classic Batman story that they're having adapt in animation form. And they decide to, because it's a huge story, it's a massive story, that they decide, hey, let's just do 3 movies. It's 3 books, 1 per movie. Let's just tell the Knightfall Saga. And we are on part 1, which is actually, it's the subtitle. It's Knightfall, right? So it is the most 90s thing ever. Like 90s comics are kind of known to be like extreme. This is the most extreme. Crazy designs, crazy costume reveals. Everything's on the extreme. For the DC side of things in the 90s, it was a crazy time. You know, Superman bites it. Hal Jordan goes loco. Can't wait to creating story tropes after finding his girlfriend in a refrigerator, and Batman gets his back broken. So it's a crazy time. So how is this adaptation? How is part 1? When I was covering the old DC animated films like the Tomorrowverse, like the last latest ones, I was at the point where I said, look, I'm happy to watch them and review them and get my thoughts on them, but I'm not gonna like revisit them. Like I can kind of tell like the spirit of these DC anime movies have gone. But watching Knightfall Part 1, I'm just gonna call it Knightfall Part 1. I'm not doing the whole Night Quest, Night End thing, all that kind of stuff. But after I finished watching this film, I was like, I'm digging this. I'm digging the crap out of the story. And as much as it is very extreme because we're in the 90s section of the DC universe, mainly with the gore. Whew! Whew! Like I was like, look, it's animation. I don't really get very whoa, ooh, wow, mostly, but like Bane whips. Spoiler, like the villain's Bane in this film. Bane whips a guy's thigh open, just like whips it out. And I'm like, what the living lord? Like I was like very like insane of like the viciousness of what was happening on screen. Also, you know, yes, the Aswell, Java Valley. I will say this. I have done multiple takes on me trying to explain Java Valley. I don't know how to describe it. So, what? So, he is a guy who was in a cult, a vigilante cult, who has no issue of killing very brutally. And he is in this kind of split person. John Valley is in this split personality side of things. He accounts Batman. Bruce sees there's a possibility for good, so he lets him at least be in Batcave and that kind of thing. And that's kind of it. And oh yeah, it's balancing like a split personality thing going on, of like, you know, John Valley is like, I remember my old past, but I try my hardest to be who, you know, Batman wants me to be, and all that kind of stuff. It's as well as, if you want to know what a '90s character it was like in the comics, meet Aswell, everyone else, meet everyone else. But the story itself, I was like hooked onto it because it starts with the story of Bane, which is adaptation of Shadow the Bat, an issue of Shadow the Bat, which explores the origin of Bane, because this story is the introduction of him. This is, you know, Batman's first encounter with Bane. Spoiler, it doesn't end well, but it's his first encounter, so they tell the story of Bane. And I try to remember reading that one, and I was like, they kind of followed it pretty well. Like, you know, sick. You know, he was born in prison. His mom was forced to be in the prison as well. She dies. Bane goes as a child just completely berserk, and he builds up his muscles and become as big as he humanly possibly can be. The only difference is how he gets out of the prison, because they introduce the venom aspect of things, while in the comic, like, he's just a regular dude. Like, I don't think Bruce found Venom before Bane finds Venom in the comics. So it's this whole, Bane having the super steroids. It's kind of like they just added that part in. And my guess is it's also I don't know, it could easily be like, look, Bane's kind of known for the whole Venom things, and and I get it. Its comic counterpart is just, oh, the reason he goes to Gotham is because he has like a vision of a bat that's all that kind of stuff. It's a little bit weird. So having him having the Venom juice, him also a reason why he's going to Gotham, because he sees the fantasy. He gets hold of this like magazine, or this Gotham magazine, and it's a picture of the Waynes. There's Thomas, there's Martha, there's little Bruce before, Crime Alley, and he sees the fantasy of what Gotham likes to pitch itself, and he doesn't know the reality of how corrupt, how bad it is, and so when he sees Gotham, see the reality of how corrupt Gotham is and how much trouble Gotham is. Oh, the reason of Gotham's corruption is this guy. It's Batman. That's he blames Batman for the corruption of Gotham. So that's the main cause. And so what he does is he blows up Arkham, and that which equals billions of the villains of the Rogues Gallery just sweating around Gotham, making nothing but absolute chaos to Scarecrow, to Mr. Freeze, to Mad Hatter, to Victor Zsasz, and it just adds that level of tension, and also adds a level of stakes immediately. I mean, me who is quite aware of what happens at the end of this half of this story. There's the stakes there, but like knowing we have the emotional stakes of Bruce, where he like how they state where he is in his life, that he is basically has trust issues, and more trust issues than normal. And Bruce has a Robin, he has Tim Drake, brand new Robin, but he is at this point feeling like I'm a failed parent. Like Bruce kind of feels like a failed parent. Like, Bruce feels like, hey, me and Dick had a massive argument. He went off and became this guy named Nightwing. Jason got crowbarred, so he's dead. And here comes Tim Drake. Now, he's not an orphan. Like, he's like the kid next door. Literally, the kid next door who just figured it out. Need to know that he's not going to be like Jason. So any slight of a disagreement, slight of not following orders, he's like, stop being like Jason. You're being Jason. I'm scared that you're just going to be Jason and just die. Like, he is so... Like, example, Tim is like, dude, you haven't slept for 2 days. Like, for God's sakes, like, we'll take care of that. We'll take Alfred's like saying, dude, Master Bruce, please, Master Wayne, please go and have a snooze for the next 5 days and let Master Tim, Master Drake take care of like Mad Hatter. But Bruce says no. He just is exhausted. Every fight he takes, he gets more injured and more injured. He gets sloppy. He is making bad choices. He is being very naive because of his own stubbornness, and that is his downfall. And so when we hit the end of it, and he is like, all the villains are in jail. They're all probably in Blackgate right now. Knowing Arkham has gone kablooey. They're now probably in Blackgate. You think, oh, he can rest now. No, he can't. Because Bane is knocking on the door. And there's these 2 scenes with Bane. 2 action sequences. That, like, the main one, is horror-like. But the other one that's like almost to the end, featuring another character, is nothing but horror. Like it's that level of like this is who he is when he isn't up with the juice, and this is when he is up with the juice, and it just falls into this whole likeness. And when the thing happens, it hurts. Like literally, when okay, spoiler. Bane breaks the back. He's if you see the Dark Knight Rises, you know what happens. My spine went ow. Like I felt that pain. I felt the ow, owie, 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 owie. I felt that, and it just goes on and on and on. And I just like, this is what you want to feel. This is a situation of good animated movies makes you forget you're watching drawings of 3D models, and that's what they did here. You feel Bruce's tiredness. You feel Bruce's pain and distrust and all these emotions. You understand the motivation and maybe even the blindness because this is the dangers of tabloids, ladies and gentlemen, of Bane's child innocence, as much of innocence as he is, of what he believes Gotham was and what it actually is. After watching it, I just went, whoa. Like, we have hit the mother load here. Like, I remember watching part one, and when the credits were rolling, I just sat there in silence. Like, this is stupidly good. And, like, sure, like, Victor Zsasz is doing typical villain stuff, serial killer stuff and all that, but I'm like, this is good, guys. This is absolutely fantastic. Recommend it to bits. If you've seen part one, comment below, let me know your thoughts.